Hi guys, welcome back to the Broke Geek Girl channel. So today I want to talk about some of the interesting things that have been happening in crypto recently. If any of you are aware, Bitconnect had their Bitconnect X ICO that I was disappointed in. It was kind of mediocre, but I don't know if it's connected to that or something completely separate. But the regular Bitconnect website has actually been down for a couple of days. It's back up now, but it was down because it was undergoing maintenance as a result of a DDoS, which is a distributed denial of service attack. Basically, it just means that the servers are completely overwhelmed as like hordes and hordes try to access them at the same time. Don't know if it's connected to the ICO or if someone was aggressively attacking them or what, but whatever the issue was, they were bombarded. They had to go down for maintenance. They are back now, and there is a new button that you have to click, just a little like CAPTCHA, I'm not a robot thing. You've always had to do that when you log in, but now you have to do it before you do pretty much anything, and I think it's just to kind of slow access down so that bots and stuff aren't bombarding the site. Okay, so I currently have $2.42 in my lending wallet, which isn't enough to do a reinvest. I did have $20 in there earlier. I moved $10 to my exchange and I reinvested the other 10. I think I got screen grab for that, but as we know from the last video, my screen grab isn't 100% accurate these days. I think I might have fixed what was wrong, but I won't know until I start editing this. Now, because the site's been down, people haven't been doing as many reinvests and the interest rates have been kind of low. That's actually pretty accurate across all of crypto and not just Bitconnect, which has been down, but all of the markets seem to be down right now. So it's not a very good time for profits. It is a good time for buying though. So if you're interested in getting in, now's a good time. But it's not a good time to get out or to, if you're worried about trying to make money, now's not the best time, but it's a great time to get in. It's just awkward and low for the people that are currently in it. Now, because the interest rates haven't been the greatest and the site's been down, so people haven't been making as many reinvests, I have less money in my lending wallet currently than I probably will later because people have still been getting their interest. But once my referrals start doing reinvests or whatever, I should see a little bit of a bump. But for now, because of things being down, it's a little bit wonky. So yeah, the markets are pretty much all down. I don't think there's many that are up. They're mostly down, which kind of sucks because I don't have the fiat to buy in, and I rely on making trades to open up capital to participate in ICOs and stuff like that. So I'm not really making any money right now. All I can really do is hold and hope. But if you do have the fiat, or you somehow manage to make a positive trade, now's a really good time to buy alts or get into ICOs or whatever, because it's not going to be much cheaper anytime soon. Well, actually, I can't say that. For all I know, it could dip even further, but it's cheap now. So I've been looking into a couple of potential ICOs to replace the one that I didn't do. There's one that's currently going on now that I'm iffy about. There's one that's going to open up on Wednesday that I'm a little bit more interested in. And then there's one that isn't going to be open for another, I think it was 19 days. But that one I'm actually kind of excited about. That one is called WePower, and it is a token that represents a promise to generate clean energy, and they're basically using their ICO and their tokens to fund creating green energy, and they have partnerships with actual European countries and electrical networks and stuff to actually get the clean energy to people. So I'm really excited about that because I love the environment and I will not be able to make much money if the planet dies. So I'm looking forward to that one, but it's a ways off, and it did have a like a limit that you had to spend. So I'm gonna have to save up for that one. The other two that are going on this week are like a quarter, 35 cents, maybe $1 per coin. So those are a little bit more accessible for me in the present, but hopefully I can do the green ICO later on. Another bit of interesting news is one of the largest cities in my country is currently looking into the potential to use crypto to pay off things like property taxes, parking tickets, stuff like that. That can be really exciting. It'd be really cool for Toronto to be one of the first places in, I think, the world, but I don't know, so I'm not going to say that with confidence. But to actually use crypto, yeah, I don't know where my sentence was going, but to actually use crypto kind of works. So far, things are going slowly but surely in the right direction. I do have high hopes for the way my 2018 is going to go. Of course, there are no guarantees in crypto. You can make it big, you can bottom out, but so far everything has been on track. I haven't had any negative experiences. So far I only have my Bitconnect and some altcoins, so I'd really like to get involved in ICOs, partially just for the experience and diversifying a little bit, but also because one stat I actually saw was in 2017, someone did the math, and the average return on investment for ICO purchasers was 13 or so times their initial investment. So like if I can scrape together $100 and I get the average return on investment, I'm like laughing. Like 13 times 100 is, well, 1,300, but that's over $1,000 more than I had to start with. So that would be lovely. And hopefully I can do that a couple of times to kind of jumpstart things, maybe make some bigger loans on Bitconnect or some other platform that catches my eye. But it'd be just, or even just buy a promising coin and hold. But it would just be nice to have a little bit more to play with and be able to invest a significantly higher amount of money to get a better payout in the end. I definitely want to diversify my portfolio as much as possible, both in having different kinds of coins, but also, again, a little bit in an ICO, a little bit in Bitconnect, a little bit in holding, just because staking only works when the markets go up and it takes a longer time. ICOs can generate a lot of income quickly, but you have to kind of know what you're getting yourself into, and there aren't going to be good ones every day. And Bitconnect, it can have good days, can have bad days, and your money does get locked in, but it tends to always generate some payout. So having a little bit of everything going at once means when one thing isn't doing well, you've got the other to fall back on, because like Bitconnect's not always going to have amazing payouts, but it's always going to be there. The market isn't always going to go up, but you can usually make good trades or stake coins that have longevity. And again, ICOs, quick payout, but if you're not doing thorough research, it can potentially crash. Which actually reminds me, I may or may not end up buying some BCCX eventually. I'm not currently interested in buying the ICO price of $50, but if after it goes online to the general public after the ICO ends, There is a chance that it might crash because it was overpriced in the ICO, in which case I'd like to snap some up then. However, the ICO is still being bought. Depending on whether or not those are individuals or whales could determine whether or not it crashes or not. If it's a bunch of whales that are completely happy to hold on to their coins indefinitely until it goes up, it might not crash because they're not going to sell. But if it's a bunch of people like me who don't really know what they're doing, they might panic sell as soon as it hits the open market, in which case the price could get dragged down, and that would be my opportunity to buy some. But only time will really tell what exactly is going on there. But that is currently the only situation in which I can foresee myself buying BCCX in the near future. Okay, so I just sold the BCC that I sent to my exchange into BTC so that I know it'll be taken for any ICOs I might want to participate in. I technically could have traded it to BTC within Bitconnect, but yeah, I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to do an ICO or buy more altcoins or what, so I figured I'd send it to my exchange anyways and just kind of see what I can play with. So I currently have 0.0012923 in my main account. Earlier when I was trying to withdraw, it was saying that there was some sort of problem with demons, and that if I tried to withdraw it at that time, it could potentially get stuck or lost or take a long time. But it looks like whatever the issue was has cleared up, and I am able to hopefully get it out. Okay, so I am not going to transfer out my Bitcoin right now because the flat fee that the exchange charges in order to make the transaction is pretty much all of the Bitcoin that I have. I had somewhere in the ballpark of $17 US worth of Bitcoin in my exchange, and after the fee I would have $3.91. So definitely not enough to justify pulling it out. So I'm going to leave it on my exchange until I have more to play with and or I transfer it into another fund. But for now, I'm going to leave my exchange as it is. I'm not going to do any more trades, and I'm not going to withdraw anything. I still have some more altcoins that are not in my personal portfolio yet because my dad hasn't transferred them to me just yet because I was setting up some wallets, but those should be coming in soon. So hopefully I can either make a good trade or in some way use them to purchase into an ICO. I think the ones I was looking at though were pretty much just Bitcoin. So we'll see what I have to do exactly to make that work, but one way or another, I'll come at you with an ICO that works. So yeah, network fees are a big problem with Bitcoin. Transactions still take a long time, but it can gouge your wallet with transaction fees. So I know there are some things in the works to hopefully make that better, but in the time being, I'm going to try and put some effort into looking at the cheapest way to move coins around without wasting all of my coin on transaction fees, because that sucks. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up for now. That's all I really had to say for today. But again, if you've been interested in getting into crypto, now's a good chance. It's basically like everything's on sale. Consider this like the Boxing Week, Black Friday of crypto. Get a lot more bang for your buck buying coins right now. So like I said, it's not a good time for the people that are already in it, but it's a great time for the people wanting to get in it. But yeah, until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.